is Nurul Amira binti Zahri. My number metric is CF220144. I will present about the introduction. Some common type of the main causes of pavement distress are traffic volume, the surrounding environment or climate, drainage problem, material quality difficulties, poor design decision, and external influences like utility cuts. The most important environmental element influencing asphalt concrete pavement is traffic load, which can cause distress such fatigue, cracking, moisture, failure, and permanent deformation. The use of inferior material, poor management, exposure to water, and other factors all contribute to the deterioration of pavement quality, making this problem worse. This pressure become more intense when utilizing inferior material, bad management, water, traffic, and other elements that play a major role in the degeneration of asphalt concrete pavement. A variety of causes contribute to pavement distress, such as heavy traffic, environmental condition, drainage problem, material quality difficulties, poor design decision, and outside effect like utility cuts.
Hello and Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Amirul Shazwan bin Zamri, DF220002, and I will continue a presentation about literature review. Definition of road: all portion of a road excluding ring road fire, lorry road, and the cable road that are intended for traffic at ground level, above ground level, below ground level, and over the water are considered land transportation. Both types of road are essential to the development of both national and state life and the life of individual who use them. Second, PCI use and benefit. There are 5 benefits of PCI. 1. Determine the need for immediate maintenance and rehabilitation. Second, track the state of the pavement over time. Third, create a plan for network preventive maintenance. Fourth, create budget for the road maintenance. And last, access pavement design and material. Next. Next I will present about maintenance and rehabilitation of pavement. There are 2 types of maintenance and rehabilitation of pavement. There are pavement maintenance and rehabilitation pavement. Pavement maintenance. Every pavement, no matter how well designed or constructed, will eventually deteriorate due to the combined effect of traffic loading and the environment. We employ maintenance and rehabilitation to help or reverse this deteriorating process. By locating and fixing certain pavement flow that contribute to general deterioration, maintenance procedure like cracking ceiling, joint ceiling, fork seals, and patching assist reduce the rate of deterioration. Rehabilitating a part of an existing pavement is a means of stopping its deteriorating process. When the wearing cost in a pavement is removed and replaced, for example, new wearing cost material is provided and the deterioration process start anew. The second one is rehabilitation pavement. Rehabilitating a part of an existing pavement is a means of stopping its deteriorating process. However, as the technique employed are often those created for new pavement construction, rebuilding a complete pavement is not regarded as rehabilitation but rather as new construction. Thank you.
Very good evening. My name is Ravinash Alalaki Silvaraja and my metric number is DF220004. and today I'm going to be presenting about type of distresses in bituminous pavement and also their causes. Okay, first I'm going to be talking about bituminous pavement cracking and their causes. Okay, bending of the surface over an unstable foundation, surface shrinkage, thermal expansions, contractions are all the causes of the main causes of the cracks in bituminous pavements. There are some kinds of different kinds of cracks. Okay, and I'm going to be just talking about 3 examples that I've chosen. First is going to be the transverse and longitudinal cracks. Okay, the contraction or shrinkage of the bituminous concrete surface is frequently the cause of the longitudinal and transverse fissures. The asphalt material, it just becomes more oxidized, and this causes the surface material to shrink. The temperature variance led to contraction. Longitudinal crack formations may be accelerated by shoddy lane joint construction. Okay, the next one is going to be alligator or fatigue crack. Alligator crack refers to interconnected cracks that form series of small blocks resembling. They may be caused by fatigue failure of the bituminous surface or pavement under repeated loading of excessive deflection of the asphalt surface over a weakened under-designed foundation. The weakened support is usually results of water saturations of the bases and subgrade. The last one is going to be about the block cracking. The shrinkage of the asphalt concrete and the daily temperature cycling, which results in daily stress or strain cycling, and it causes the block cracking. And these are interconnected cracks that divided the pavement into some rectangular pieces. The next type I'm going to be talking about is the disintegration in the pavements and their causes too. However, the disintegration in the bituminous pavement is caused by an insufficient compaction of the surface, insufficient asphalt in the mix, and also loss of adhesion and some aggregate particles, or it could be because of overheating the mix. The most common type of disintegration in the bituminous pavement is traveling. And raveling is the wearing away of the pavement surface caused by dislodging of the aggregate particles and the loss of the asphalt binder. As the traveling continues, the larger pieces are broken free and the pavement takes on a rough appearance. And lastly, I'm going to be talking about the distortion in the bituminous pavement and also their causes. Okay, distortion in the bituminous pavement is caused by the foundation settlement, insufficient of compaction, and the pavement causes lack of the stability, we can say, or the poor bond between the surface and the underlying layer. There's a few types, and I'm going to be talking about 2 examples of the causes. Okay, first is going to be the rutting. Rutting is characterized by a surface depression in the wheel pad. In many instances, the ruts become noticeable only after a rainfall when the wheel pads are filled with water. Next type is going to be depression. Depressions is localized low areas, limited size, and light depressions become noticeable only after a rain. The depressions also may be result from the traffic heavier than the normally, so which the pavement was designed. So it is more when the traffic is more higher than the normally designed pavement, we could have this depression problem cracks. Okay, so the localized settlements of the underlying pavement layers and a poor construction methods, these are the cause that could lead up to these types of problems or the cracking types. Thank you.
Objective for the pavement condition index is to analyze and determine a road defect in a particular location road pavement. 2 is calculate the pavement condition index PCI for the chosen road, and 3rd is determine the sources of pavement distress. Next, I will present about methodology, which is site location. Our group carefully selected this route for investigation, aiming to evaluate the extent of distress it exhibits. Throughout this project, we will employ various techniques and methods to evaluate the pavement distress. Next, our finding will help inform decision related to road infrastructure improvement, ensuring the safety and efficiency of transportation for the community using this road. Next is the presence of poor quality material, insufficient control during construction and maintenance, along with the interaction of traffic and rainwater further intensify distress. By focusing on this road, we aim to address the specific issue faced by students and road users affected by the flooding disasters. The provide maps display the specific area of the road that we have chosen for our study, which is from Google Earth and Google Map. Next, in the methodology, we have flowchart, which is starting by observing the question, identify the task, choosing and analyze location, data collection, and progressing final report. For the next methodology, which is Pavement Condition Index (PCI), this distress factor will be taken into consideration when assigning a rating to the pavement condition. The scale ranking from 0 to 100 allows us to effectively communicate the overall condition of the pavement, providing a clear and concise representation of its health and functionality. The quantity of distress on the road will be calculated based on the collected data. The initial phase of this project involves us in identifying the various types of pavement distress that occur on the selected road. By employing this method, we aim to objectively evaluate and quantify the level of distress present in the pavement. This assessment will aid in prioritizing necessary maintenance of rehabilitation measures, ensuring the appropriate action are taken to address the identified distress and improve the road performance. This part of the methodology is present a pavement condition index (PCI) input. Next, the image is about selection of the minimum number of sample unit, and above image is about calculation, how to calculate the total pavement.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Abu Hanifah Muhammad and my metric number is DF220 and 149. So this is my turn to explain about the data analysis. So the location of the analysis is at Jalan Pansapuri, Desa Siswa. So firstly about the distress survey 01M, the quantity is 0.53. The density is 0.1. The deduct value is 5. So the distress, the second one is 0.01 m, 9.29. The density is 1.43. The deduct value is 23. So the 0.9 m, the total quantity is 5.63. The density is 0.87. The deduct value is 9. So the 11 m is the total quantity is 33.43. The density is 5.14, and the deduct value is 20. 13 L 0. The total quantity is 0.79. The density is 0.12, and the deduct value is 22. So the 03F, the total quantity is 3.24. The density is 0.5, and the deduct value is 0. And the last one is 03M. The total is 9.5. The density is 1.5, and the deduct value is 14. So the second one is to calculate the density. We use a formula. The formula is 100 multiply the total divide by area. So first one we get 0.1. The second one is we get a 1.43, and the third one we get a 0.87. The next is 0.77, and then we get a 5.14, then 1.12, and then 1.5 at a 03L, and the last one is a 03M. We get 1.5. The value is 1.5. Okay, then we need to find the deduct value. So we need to refer the graph. The graph is the deduct value over the distress density in a percent. So the first graph, we have alligator cracking, and the second one is block cracking, and then we have longitudinal or transverse cracking, and then we have patching and utility cut patching, and the last one we have poke hole. So we find a maximum allowable number of deduct M and highest deduct value HDV. So firstly, HDV is equal to 23. Then we use this M equal to 1 plus bracket 9 per 98, and then bracket 100 minus HDV. So M equal to 1 plus bracket 9 over 98, bracket 100 minus 23. So we get MM equal to 8.07. So the deduct value is in descending order, 20, like 23, 22, 20, 14, 9, 6, 5, and 0. So number of deduct value is equal to 0. Since the maximum allowable number of deduct is 8.07, therefore only the first 8 and 0.07 of the 0 deduct value are selected. So the maximum corrected deduct value CDV. So the first is number of deduct value that greater than 2, that Q equal to 7. So the total the deduct value is 23 plus 22 plus 22 plus 14 plus 9 plus 6 and plus 5. That equal to 101. So the CDV maximum is 50. That based on figure B45. So we can see that the total deduct value and the Q is decreased, and why the CDV is unconstant. And finally, we have to determine the pavement condition index PCI. So the index PCI formula is 100 minus CDV max. So the CDV max we get is 50 before that. So 100 minus the 50. So we can get the answer that is 50. So based on the figure 1, the pavement condition index PCI, rating scale, and corresponding level of service and maintenance activity. So we can see that the PCI we get is at 50. The poor at the red is poor. So based on the rating, the section of pavement is in a poor condition. So the maintenance activity can be done in a major rehabilitation or defer action. So that's all for me.
A kilometer worth of distress may be divided into 6 categories: pothole, block cracking, longitudinal and transverse cracking, patching, and utility cut patching. Let's show the drop off and alligator cracking. The wood we choose is in bad condition, as shown by its placement of the pavement index scale of 50, which we found after doing the computation. Based on the data analysis, the computed PCI value are 23, 22, 22, 14, 9, 6, and 5. The condition of the pavement in each section may be ascertained after obtaining the PCI value section. The PCI value that were highest and lowest were 23 and 5 respectively. The PCI number of 50 indicate that the overall condition of the road is bad. In conclusion, we observe a number of issues including longitudinal cracking, shoulder drop-down, pothole, and edge cracking. The average PCI value, which has been determined for this road over all section, is 50, indicating that the road is in critical state of disrepair. Every segment of a crack with a distinct severity level should be recorded independently if the crack length is not uniform in its severity. However, a piece of a crack should be evaluated at the maximum severity level if it is difficult to distinguish between its various levels of severity. Crack definitions are frequently used to define separated slab and corner fracture. Furthermore, the joint seal degradation slab by slab is not considered. Rather, the overall condition of the joint seal in the impacted area establishes the severity level.